What's up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac with another crazy little intro. I'm trying to do these intros to pertain to whatever I'm going to talk about. Okay? Obviously, that is mission impossible. Is it impossible to find the deals that you want? Well, sometimes it seems like it. I know with me, man. I really waited and held out, and it was hard, man. I wanted to, when I was trying to go to the next level, I was dealing with, the XTM. I put all this money into this, the XTM Mammoth Muggy here. I did a lot of upgrades. I mean, I spent $200 on the center diff alone. It's all steel. Steel gears, but it's all aluminum. I mean, you even look at the diff towers. These are machined 7075 anodized aluminum. This top plate, 7075 anodized machined aircraft. This is shit here. This whole setup here, including, there's another gear that goes to this because it's 2-speed. It's almost $200. It was like $180. Okay, $200 basically. I mean, if you consider, the bearings and everything else in there. And then I put money into the, this front. This was like $60. This is the only, my other whips, my Techno, and my Mugen, Truggy, Buggy. They don't even have this. This old 14-year-old OG here, XTM Mammoth ST, my Muggy, or Truggy on steroids, because it's, this thing's big, man. This thing's not, a little, slim, streamlined, Mugens are a little bit thicker, but, still, these are stallions, man. These are thoroughbreds. This thing is a hog right here, man. It's a fat pig. These things stock weigh about 10 and a half, 11 pounds. I mean, an average Truggy, if you guys know the weight on the Truggies and Buggies, are about 7 to 8 pounds. Fully loaded. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or maybe it's a roller. But I think fully loaded. Like 7 or 8 pounds. This thing fully loaded, man, this thing's like 12, 13 pounds with a full tank. This thing's fatso here. I call it my fat pig. You guys heard me in my other videos. But anyway, I put all the money into this thing. I put a lot into this thing, man. This is not your run-of-the-mill Mammoth XTM. It's one of a kind. I built it. A lot of upgrades. A lot of money I put into it. But anyway, and then I had, another OG here, the MBX5R, another old classic Mugen that was, even for its time, when it came out in 2004, way ahead of its time. But anyway, I put money into this thing too, but not a lot, because this thing already comes with all the upgrades. The thickest shock towers, I think they're even thicker than the ones that are out today. They're thicker than the new Mugens. These most thick aluminum shock towers on new Truggies, Technos, Mugens, Associated, Kyosho, TLR, whatever. I think they're 4mm. I measured these. These are like 5.5mm, 75 aluminum front and rear shock towers, thick ass. Okay, it's got all the carbon fiber. It's got all the titanium in it. I upgraded to titanium front and rear braces. The shocks are the only thing OG on it that I could upgrade, but there's really no need to, because these things are, even for how old these are, they don't have the threads. These are the old little spacers. Man, these things are money. These things are money. And I keep up on them. I've, change the fluid when I need to, but you don't need to that often. If you run the booties in here, which I was never at the beginning a fan of, trust me, I like seeing my shafts. I like seeing my shaft. That doesn't sound right, huh? I like to show my shaft. But anyway, it protects the shock shafts and keeps all the dirt and shit out of there, because that shit gets sucked up in to the inside of your shocks, and then that's when your fluid gets all dirty, and you got to change it more, and you just got to keep up on that shit. But anyway, these are the vehicles that I started out with for the first few years. It's only like maybe probably not even a year that I've had the Techno. I mean, the Mugen MBX7 and the Techno. But I was patient, man, and I looked and I looked, and man, I almost made a couple moves that I would have been sorry. And now that I've got these the deal that I got them, all the extra goodies. That's why I try to tell you guys, just be patient, man. It seems like it's an impossible mission because it's just this time of year, man. I don't tell you guys enough. This is the wrong time of year. If you're going to look for a used platform, be very patient. It is a mission, but it's not a mission impossible. Makes sense? Actually, here's my new whip. This is the one I'm going to get. You guys are like, yeah, right, that's Jared Tebow shit. Isn't that thing sick? Look at that thing. That is a Techno NB 48.4 race set. That's Jared Tebow, which, if you guys don't know, races for Techno. He's ranked 4th in the world right now. This is a guy that went from Kyosho, which is, top quality. Kyosho has got, more nitro, RC, E-word, whatever wins, buggy anyway, than anybody in the world. Kyosho, everybody knows, they're like the Ferrari F1s of nitro or E-word. And when Jared Tebow left, I was like, man, why would a guy leave a quality team like that? I don't know what happened, and, that's none of my business. I could care less. All I know is he didn't miss a beat. He went right to Techno. He was getting, some people will beg to differ. Is Techno as good a quality as Kyosho? I think so, because I think what's happened is Kyosho has kind of went the way, because they don't need to prove anything in racing. They've got bazillion more championships than half of these companies combined will ever have in their lifetime. So Kyosho doesn't need to prove to anybody anything anymore. They're a multi-billion-dollar huge corporate company. So I think they're going kind of the way that TLR is. Kyosho never had RTRs in the past. If you would have told me that Kyosho was going to make a ready-to-run vehicle, I would have said, you're smoking some bad shit. Because they do now, though. And I think, and this is just Muggy's 2 cents. This is just what maybe I'm reading into it wrong. You guys make your own judgment. But what I'm thinking is that Kyosho, because they've already established and they're already well known, and then now that I think about it even more, right now, they're the same as Losi. Losi doesn't need to prove anything, they've won championships in the past, and, they're looking at the mighty dollar. Not Losi, it's Horizon that owns them. And maybe Kyosho is going the same way. It's just like, okay, well, we don't really need to let Jared do what he wants to do. He wants to do whatever, and we don't want to go that direction. Same thing with Elliott Boots. And, these drivers, man, this is their career. This is what they do for a living. They don't want to settle. If they're competitive, and I know these guys are, and they have that competitive nature in them, because you need to compete, especially when you're competing with the best at this in the world. These are not just local club, local yokels or whatever you call them. These are guys that get paid to do this. These guys get paid serious cash. Travel all over the world. These guys don't pay for nothing, man. Everywhere they travel, everywhere they go, their food they eat, all their vehicles, all their gear, everything, man, that shit, and all their sponsors, it's just like sports. People get sponsored, and they make more money. Tiger Woods probably makes more money right now off of sponsorship, whoever's sponsoring him now, and who, a lot of these athletes, than they do even playing the sport. I mean, that's no secret, and that's always been that. So I just think Kyosho, when they came out with this RTR, to me, I mean, if you look at the RTR Kyosho, like the TLR, Losi, RTR, and you compare it to their race kits, it's not even the same thing, man. I hear people tell me, well, there's not much difference. Trust me, they wouldn't give you a $300 vehicle and it would be the same as a $700 vehicle or $400 vehicle, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't. The RTR is just meant to get people into it. They want to suck people in with their mediocre bullshit, cheapy platforms, just so they can get them hooked, and then, they're going to get you on the upgrades, and you're going to pay more money in the long run. That's why even Raja said, if you're smart, and I understand it might be $100 difference, or maybe even $200, depending on what platform. spend the money, man, because you're going to spend that money and more later when you could have just saved and spent it now and be done with it, and then you don't have to spend all the extra money to upgrade it because it's already upgraded. You know, and keep in mind, race kits you're not even all the way upgraded as it is. You know, you buy an MBX 8, you buy a brand new Techno, you know, they don't have aluminum braces. They don't have, you know, certain things that you're going to need for bashing or recreational use. But I know, and I'll stick by this. This vehicle here, sure, it's for racing. It's got a different setup and everything. But I guarantee you, just like my Techno Truggy, it's a sick-ass. I'd love to smash this thing and whip this thing around wherever, you know? I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, the track's cool and all that, but the .21, that little pea shooter in there, a modified Reds or a modified anything will spank that ass. Even a stock 28.8 Rex Legend will spank this ass. This factory, even if he's got DLC coated crank, ceramic bearings, badass. Don't get me wrong, these guys that race these .21s, these pro factory drivers, that ain't no shit that you're gonna go and order online and get. It's probably, I'm not sure what motor Jared's running, but here, we'll see. I'll show you what motor he's running. Because I was taking, you know, and I want to not just give you a couple hints and secrets on how to do this, but I'm going to share another thing with you. Okay, so, you know, right now, Jared's ranked 4th, 3rd in the world. Yeah, so this is the latest as of June 10th. Okay, the next one will be coming out, will be after the Roar that's going on this weekend. By the way, I was watching it off and on. I'm not much into the qualifying. I could care less because who gives a shit if you TQ and you get the pole position for the main. It doesn't matter. What matters is what it says at the end of today. Whoever wins the main today and Buggy and Truggy, that's the guy no matter what. And I know these guys were talking. I was talking mad shit on the forum on one of the live RC thing that you watch on YouTube's channel. A guy was like, "Oh, Mr. Sir," or whatever, you know. Obviously you haven't been watching racing, because the comment I made was, "Hey, what's up with Team Losi? You know, you guys are talking, oh, go Team Losi. Team Losi's going to spank that ass." And some guy was saying, oh, Losi this. There's still people that they're just Losi drones. They don't get it. Losi's done. Move on. Quit holding on to something that's not even there anymore. Okay? Look, Dakota Fenn is not going to put TLR in the top 5 this year. Even if he won every race left. Here's Dakota Fenn right here. He's got 88 points. He's 19th in the world. Okay, we're halfway through the year. Even if he podiumed every race to the end of the year, he still wouldn't be up there. So quit it. I mean, I get it, kind of, and I'm not bagging on TLI. It's just funny how these guys will talk so much trash, man, and they don't have no idea what's even going on behind the scene. Just what they watch and what they see. You know, they don't know in the real world of business. They probably don't even know who owns TLR. Some of these guys. They don't know that a fucked up company like Horizon doesn't give a rat's ass about any of this. They just care about selling more platforms. Okay? That's it. And the next guy from TLR is some guy from France, I think. Ranos, whatever. He's 14th. Okay, here's where the big boys are up here. Angaro's won again. I'm telling you, man. Angaro, Mayfield, and Testament. These guys are going to go in circles all the rest of this year. It's going to be between those three. But Tebow, Battle, Ron Falk, Cavallari, Lutz, Juan Carlos, and Bonehorse. These are the top 10 factory racers in the world. Not club racing, not your local track. These are pro racers, man. Okay? These aren't scrubs. These guys get paid a lot of money to get these names, the whips, the engines, and the tires, on a podium. And TLR ain't doing that anytime soon. So, enough about Team Losi, people that out there that just, they're done. The dynasty is over. Okay? So, move on. Like some people that I know already have. They said, man, I'm done. I'm done with Horizon and Losi, all that. It's time to move on. Yeah, well, it is, man. It was time to move on a long time ago, but I mean, I don't know how much more proof you need. So anyway, Tebow is running the Maximum. Okay, those Maximum, those 21s and the OSs and the LRP, which the LRP is an OS-based motor now, their .21s are. Not the big .32s, I wish. That would be even an upgrade from the piece of shit Taiwan LRP .32s like that I own and that I'm going to mod and so forth. I mean, that's what we get. So I love the Novarossis and I love the Italians. But it is an LRP. It's a .32. It's a big motor. If you mod it right and you put the damn, Novarossi carburetor on it, and excuse my language, you stop fucking with that piece of shit X-Tech carb that can't tune to save its life. Trust me, man. I ran different carbs on this. Koyosha one works okay. X-Tech's a piece of shit. Novarossi, that's it. You put a Novarossi on this thing. At least you put a little piece of Italian on this rice burner here, this Taiwan-ass motor, and it's a badass motor. But it still does not, at the end of the day, it's still Chinaman, okay? It's not even Japan. It's freaking Chinaman. At least if it was Japan, it would be better. And OS, by the way, guys, told you guys, OS is not made in Japan anymore. They're made in China. So all these motors here, LRP, Maxima, OS, these are all top. I mean, these are what's winning. It is what it is. I'm not taking away from these guys, that are up here. Ron Falk, I don't know what the hell he's running. It says something Performa. I never heard of it. And then you got a Maxima, you got a Bullet, and you got one Reds by Juan Carlos running S-Works up there. Well, you got another Reds 11. Boots is up there. I mean, there's Reds, but it's OS. OS is what's winning, and but they're made in China. But what does that mean to us? Does that mean I'm going to run an OS and bash? Hell no. I own one OS, and I'm going to gut it right now, and I'm going to show you the difference between an OS, same price range. This is not no top-of-the-line OS, okay? But it's a good OS, okay? It's an OS Max, .21. And then over here, obviously, we got the freaking Italian Pisano, okay? Chinaman versus Pisano, OS versus Reds. These are both the same price range. It's about a 300. This is the cheapest you're going to get these motors. Okay, OS is really pricey. I'd rather pay the 300. If I'm going to pay 300, I wouldn't, but I would rather pay the 300 for a Reds, which is Italian, than the Chinaman. Any day. The only reason I got this OS is because it came with a sick-ass works pipe, which, by the way, and header. And it came with, I don't even know where I have it on. I think I have it on one of my other vehicles. It came with a Serpent. Well, here's part of it. It's not the clutch bell, but that's the clutch. Serpent clutch bell, for around less than 150 bucks. Brand new. This motor is brand new. I mean, it still is brand new. I mean, I broke it in, ran a couple tanks at 30%, and that's what I do. For those of you that don't know, FYI, that's what I do. I break in a motor if it's brand new, because I want to see how it runs stock. I break it in with my, 8 to 10 tanks of 2014, actually, what I do, Byrons, 2013, 2014 Byrons. Then I let it touch a little bit of 30% just to see, get it off the 20% nipple. I run a couple tanks of that. So I'm running maybe a quarter, maybe a little more of fuel, and then I'm deciding, okay, is this motor worth modifying, or should I just keep it stock? Because it didn't really impress me. That OS over there impressed me enough and I compared it to my Reds. This one, I don't know about other OSs, but the one that I have, I ran it, broke it in. It screams like a bitch on like Delta, like Espresso. You know what I'm saying? And because of the way it performed, and I really liked it, I'm like, oh hell yeah! Let me get this thing modified by Rick at RB Mods and wake this thing the hell up. And that's what I did with the Reds, and that's what I do with all my motors. Okay? Even the LRP, because I know that LRP right there needs to be modified. It's a big-ass motor. I mean, it's a big-ass. It's a little bit bigger than a .28. So it just has to be modded. It needs Rick's touch. or whoever I decide to send it to. But anyway, so these are the top guys, and we'll see by the end of the day. I don't give a shit about who TQs. You know, I had some guys tell me, oh, well, Dakota fan TQ'd. Yeah, he TQ'd. If you pay attention, I told the guy on the forum, I go, yeah, didn't he TQ at Silver State, the last big race? And what happened in the main? Oh, that's right. He didn't even place top 10. He got his ass spanked all over the track. So I don't give a shit who TQs. Even Mayfield. Mayfield, at least 90%, 98% of the time, when Mayfield TQs, he wins and he smashes people. And that's what he did at the Silver State. He smashed everybody. Or not the Silver State, but he did it at the Nitro. Silver State, he struggled a little bit, so he needs to, like, make it up. I don't know. He doesn't need to listen to me, that's for sure. But you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he knows that. He knows he dropped the ball in the truggy. You know, he did good in the buggy. I mean, even though he didn't win, he still got on the podium. But you can't let the Mugen get that ass spanked by an S-Works. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Elliott Boots and Ryan Lutz, watch for these guys, man. If they can put these vehicles, and that's what their goal is, these companies are paying them big money right now, and that's probably why they went there. They said, listen, we're all still unknown. We're a Gamma, made in Taiwan. We're X-Works. We're from Europe. You know, we're not well known. What if you guys can get us on some podiums and get us in the top 10 by the end of this season, race season? Man, we'll sell so many more vehicles. And they know, and they will. Like I said, I will never buy an Agama because it's made in Taiwan. I'm the hell with that. I might consider an S-Works since it is European. You know what I mean? Where are the Mugens and the tech? These are Japanese shit. This is no China. This is no Taiwan. It's Japanese. So I hands down, I agree, and some beg to differ. Japanese, European, only 2 European companies that I know makes platforms. S-Works, X-Ray. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody out there watching this might know better than me. That's what as far as what I know. But I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong plenty of times, and I admit it. At least I man up. I man up to my shit. So anyway, before we get into these motors real quick, let's try to see if we can do a quick video and shock people today, because you know how Muggy takes forever. But is that a sick whip or what, man? I mean, Jared, his Tebow's freaking Techno, you see that thing? That thing's badass. I want that. I want that whip. That's a sick buggy. That's the Techno buggy, baby. Man, that thing is, look, it looks like it's brapping just sitting there. It looks like that thing, but see, it's got the pea shooter. That's the only problem I have. Now, if you put a modded reds in there, then we're talking. Or a modded anything. And if you put a modded .32 or .28, oh, hell yeah. But in the buggy, you know, a modded .21 is fine for me. Just the stock ones, even this badass screaming thing, man, even I guarantee you, and I ran a better quality 21s than these Maximas, which are OS, like my Reds, and I ran a Techno. I ran OSs, not that high-end OS, but I ran an OS, ran a Reds .21, ran an Opta .21. I haven't ran a lot of 21s, but a 21 is a 21. Some scream a little more than others. But a 21 is a 21 at the end of the day, and it doesn't do that much for me. Compared to my stock, bone stock, right out of the box, Rex, Legend, Nova Rossi, 28.8, spank that ass all over the place. Aroma .25 stock would spank that ass. But that's racing, you know? I mean, sure, I mean, if you guys are racing, you're into racing, like I said, you know, you're on the wrong channel here. Buggy's not a racer right now. I have raced in the past, E-Word and Nitro. It's just too many rules and regulations. You know, really, I was going to get into it again, and then when I found out how much it was, you're going to want me to spend $100 on a fucking lap counter at a local track? You're smoking some bad shit. Because that shit I'd rather take that $100 and put it towards another motor. That's me. You guys hear that all the time. When I spend my money, I got to spend it I'm going to get use out of it. You know? Like just right now, I spent more money. I'm getting ceramic bearings because they're going to make my shit last longer. My motor's going to last longer. My crank's not going to wear out as fast in my bearings. I'm looking into DLC coated cranks because I want to do that too. I think that's definitely next level. Modding is next level, but DLC coated cranks and DLC coated cranks and ceramic bearings are next level freaking, you know, nitro. You know, so I mean modded motors, yeah, but get your shit DLC coated. So how I find these whips? Here, I'll share with you a couple that I found. Kyosho has some, but there's not too many. This one's okay, but see, just the problem is these guys aren't giving you no damn parts. Okay, this is a Techno NB 48.4. Like, I mean, why would you? I mean, I don't understand it. Oh, I do understand. These guys think they're slick, man. If you notice how it's pictured, it's got everything, the motor. All you have to do is pull it out so people don't get the wrong idea. They do that just so when you see it, you're like, oh, man, what a deal. And then you look and you read the fine print. No motor, no electronics, nothing. Okay, well, take the shit out so I can see the chassis and underneath it and what condition it's in. Because who knows, underneath this pipe and underneath all this shit that he's not giving you, there could be, you know, all kinds of damage and melted plastic and shit like that. I'm telling you, man, be careful when you guys got to look out. I mean, he gives you pictures and stuff like that. I mean, it's a clean, don't get me wrong. This is a clean, this is what threw me off, is this guy says how clean it is, and I don't know if these dog bones, drivetrains are rounded off a little bit, something is why he's showing you that. I don't know, but there's no goodies. There's no extra nothing. Unless this guy, he wants $200 plus $25 shipping, hell no. I'll pay you. I would maybe, and probably not even that, because this thing, if you look at it, like I'm telling you, you got no front. Let me see, does he even show the front end? Nope. See what I'm saying? These people want to show you all these angles, but look, if you look at that, see that in that picture? Look. Can you guys see that? See that right in there? That's corrosion. It's not even a clear picture. I mean, it's okay, but and look at that. I mean, this definitely needs to be taken apart. The center diff, look at that. I mean, I don't understand. You're trying to sell something? That would be like a car dealer having fucked up dirty cars, you know, even though they're good, dirty-ass cars, and they're trying to sell them. Do you think they're going to sell any fucking cars? Obviously, these people that do this, either it's not their vehicle, a lot of it is that it's a friend they're trying to sell it for, they got it in a trade, they know nothing about it, anything. And that's what's really sad, and you got to watch out on eBay. Half the people that sell these platforms don't know dick. They're just selling it because they got it in a trade, because they traded their X-Max or their fucking piece of shit HPI, or, you know, some garbage they had, or, you know, or they bought a lot that was a good deal because they needed parts. And, you know, I don't know anything about nitro or anything. You know, I just got it in a lot. Okay, then why don't you do some research and learn before you try to sell it? You might sell it quicker. But, again, like I said, there's idiots out there that won't even, they'll just buy the shit. Oh, wow, it's a good deal, $200, $225, no goodies, nothing. And then they'll get it delivered, and they'll like be, holy shit, this thing's tore up from the floor up. Man, I need to, like, do some serious polishing. Re-deburring and, you know, all that. I've been there, done that, man, I'm good. That's why, so I was like, yeah, well, that's not that good a deal. Then the other one that I looked at, there was one more buggy, and I know one of my brothers also brought this one to my, he didn't bring it to my attention, I've seen it before. It's another techno buggy, okay. And this buggy is like mint shaped. Look at the bottom, it's brand new, it's a virgin. There ain't even no trophies on that shit. Virgin. Look at that. The body's okay. I don't really care for that techno body, whatever it is. It doesn't look like or it must be, and I don't even, you know what? You got to check out, because there's the older Technos too. This might not be. I mean, it's in decent shape, but again, you know, the guy wants $249 plus $15 for shipping. Nope, I would pay him $200 including shipping out the door. If he wouldn't do it for that, because you see, he says make an offer, $185, which by the time he includes shipping would be $200 max. And even still, you're not getting nothing except the body, which already comes with the damn thing. So you're not getting nothing. No extra goodies, no nothing. So if you want to grab something like that, yeah, you know, I mean, it's decent shape, but you got no extra parts, man. Hopefully everything's good and you don't need to replace anything, or you're going to start spending money right off the bat, man. Be careful. These are things that you guys need to know, man, okay? Because I went through all this shit. I didn't buy my, you know, this isn't my first rodeo. And I've spent so much time looking and looking and looking and offering and this and that. And, you know, some people want to work with you. Some people are just, you know, oh, it's great shape, man. Well, whatever. Now, this is a different story. This guy wants $390. Okay. I would give this guy, actually, I would give him, make him an offer. He says, make an offer, $300 for this. Because of the fact that you're getting, this is the NT 48 point. I think this is a 48 point. This might be the older Techno. I'm not. See, it says Techno NB48. This might be the older one. Mine's a 48.3. If you get the 40, they're good for first. If you haven't had a quality truggy, the NT, this is an N. It says an NB. This is not this. See, again, this person doesn't even know what the hell he has. It's probably not even. They probably bought it from somebody, or they're helping somebody sell it, because this. It says that doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as an NB nitro truggy. NB means nitro buggy. So is this either a buggy or it's a truggy? Well, it looks to me like a truggy. So obviously the guy just doesn't know or wasn't paying attention. But, I mean, he's giving you an Orion. I don't know how much fuel. So you got to ask the guy a question. How much fuel is that? I mean, is that Orion done? Is it the piston lodged up inside of it right now or not? Like, he's got extra shit, but you could just tell either this is his or it's somebody else's. But this is what I mean by this isn't well taken care of. So, again, just be cautious. I mean, it doesn't look damaged, but, I mean, there's a lot of cleaning involved in this one right here. You're going to get this thing, and it's time to bust that thing down and do it muggy OCD cleaning shit. But, I mean, you get some extras. None of it's brand new, but it's in decent shape. None of my Techno stuff was brand new. It was in good shape, though. I had to clean it all up. So, you know, I mean, the guy wants a lot because, I mean, you're getting a frickin'... And one thing I want to mention, too, FYI, a lot of people like, and, you know, I mean... I know because I have it, but these, a lot of these guys run the, Pico. That's not mine, it's a Pico pipe. Pico pipes are good. So, I mean, this is a couple things that you want to look at before I show you I want to show you my Pico. I want to show you my Pico. Anyway, so, you know, I mean, this is a good deal. But I wouldn't pay him $390. $390 for this? Nope. And I need more pictures. Because if you notice, again, there's no pictures of the front of the vehicle. He's not giving you a head-on picture or a rear picture. He's giving you overviews. I want to see the front end of this, front end view, and a rear end view. Because I want to see what I'm dealing with. I mean, he's got the MRC2, same aluminum rear... chassis stiffener, just like the one I have. It's the same one. It's the same one I have on mine. M2C and King heads make the best for Amigas and Technos anyway, personally speaking. King heads, look them up, and M2C make the best for those vehicles, chassis stiffeners, braces. But I mean, it looks in decent shape. Doesn't look like there's a plug in there right now. So, I mean, he's got an Orion, whatever that Orion is. I know it's a .21. And he's got a decent pipe on there. So he's probably, that's probably a good, almost $200 right there. But still, I mean, this thing is going to be a lot of cleaning, man. If you're not the cleaning guy, if you're not the guy that just wants to get in there and just really polish that baby up. See, I would buy this thing, and I would just, I would make this thing look brand new. But it doesn't have a lot of extras. I mean, you don't need a lot. But I don't know what shape the arms are in. I mean, at least my Techno came with extra arms. It came with extra upper, lower. It came with, a lot of extra goodies. Okay, this one comes with a couple. And I paid $300 for mine, and mine was in way better shape. So I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm looking at what I got. This is my standard. This is the bar that I look at when I'm looking at if I'm going to buy another Truggy. Okay, this is the bar I look as far as Technos. Okay, when I'm looking at Mugans, I mean, it's got to be. I mean, the Mugen, different story. It came a lot cleaner. Okay, in a lot better shape. Either the guy replaced a lot of the shit or whatever, because there's no wear on the top shock towers. Techno had wear. These shocks are like brand new. Techno shocks, great shape, don't get me wrong, but they had their little scuffs and here and there. They weren't in mint condition. The Mugen shocks on the MBX7, these shocks front and rear, mint condition. They're still, look at them. Look at the tops. No scratches or nothing on them. Brand new, man. Brand new. And by the way, I mean, I don't know. It's a toss-up. They do say, I was looking at some specs, Technos Truggies are the biggest bore shocks on the 8-scale Truggy market right now. Bigger than Associated, bigger than Low C, bigger than Mugen, bigger than X-Ray, all of them. Technos have the biggest on their buggy, I'm going on their buggies, this is the Mugen. On their buggies and Truggies, they have the biggest bore shocks out there. Now, it doesn't mean they're the best, but they're the biggest, and they're good, they're decent. I'm thinking about getting another set. It's $100, but I don't need another set because those are fine. But those are my standards. I mean, my shit, when I got it, I looked at it from the pictures, and it was clean, man. And the guy raced it, so he kept it clean. Same thing with the Techno. I bought them from racers. That's what I'm telling you. If you guys can hold out, and I know it's hard, at the end of this season, the end of the race season, I guarantee you, man, eBay will be flooded with all kinds of whips, because that's when I got mine. Was at the end of last year, the race season, is when I started, and I didn't even realize that till now. I didn't plan that. And I started looking, man, that's when I seen all these guys that are racers and club racers and some guys that are sponsored, they sell that shit for cheap because they get it for free anyway. And it's theirs. The companies give it to them. Here, do what you want. Give it to your kids. If you had a good season, put it in your trophy case. If you had a shitty season, well, you might want to forget about that whip, right? So that's why you're going to be able to get them. But I'm telling you, man, right now it's just they're scarce because it's race season. It's right in the middle of it, and nobody ain't selling nothing. Okay, so I've noticed that, and I tell you guys that. So just be patient. Now, another thing I want to show you. Now, when you're looking at shit like this is how I find it. All these links have other links. When you scroll down, it'll say similar sponsored items. So you'll go and click on, like right here. See where it says Techno? You click that on. It opens up another link. Okay, and you look at the hot bodies and you scroll down again and you'll see more links of other ones. And you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and you'll see more links on the bottom. Oh shit, look, there's more. Okay, let's check this out. There's a Habayo Hyper. Oh, that's an E word though. See, now when you click to E word shit, it'll bring up, again, all E word shit. And then I'll just find another nitro. There's an Agama right here. You click on the Agama. Now it'll anything pertain. You guys kind of get my hint. It's anything pertaining to what you're actually looking at. It'll bring up other links. That's how I find my shit. A lot of people don't go by that. Look, see, here's a nitro something. Let's see what this is. There's another link in here. Okay, that's a hyper, an old OG hyper. Okay, now you just scroll down again, and there'll be more links. Okay, until I find something. Okay, here's a Hong Nor OG right there. I'll click on that link. Boom. You know, old Hong Nor, which is Hobayo. Scroll down again, and all these will variate and change. And say you find a Losi one. Losi Nitro. Let's click on Losi Nitro. So it's going to pull up the Losi Nitro. Okay. Now we're going to scroll down, and there's going to be other links that'll pop up again. There's links within links within links, man. That's how this works. This is what I learned, man. And this is how I found that Reds motor, man. One of my brothers said, hey, I didn't see that thing on there. Yeah, because you were just on the main page. See, look. Here's another little link. This is a sick truggy too. I just wouldn't pay that much for it. And it doesn't. It's a bid. I mean, obviously, look at all the bids. 41 bids. Yeah, it's a pretty sick truggy though, man. This is what the new Kyoshos look like. Now they haven't proven much. Kyosho really wasn't. I don't think they put much into developing of their truggy, even though it's similar to. Obviously, like I told you guys before, the truggy and the buggy is almost the same vehicle, just different width and different length. I mean, it's pretty sick. He's got a Reds in it. He's got a, I think he's got a, again, you know, people like running these Pico pipes. That's a different Pico. 2046. It looks like an 86-ish. So I got to try one of those. I like my Pico pipes, man. So, I mean, you guys get the hint. Links are within links are within links are with links. And you just keep scrolling and scrolling. And every time you push up, like if you push into something, click something that's E-word, it's going to pop up E-word shit. And then you're going to have to find something Nitro. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it works. And they're kind of like portholes in eBay. They're links within links within links within links. Does that make sense? That's how you find shit. Okay, so that's my tip on that for the day. It's not impossible to find shit. Just you got to go about. It's just a certain way you got to go about looking at it. That's one of the Muggy's secret that I shared with you guys. I'm not a, you know, and I was afraid to share some of this stuff because I've shared different links before and stuff that I was going to grab, and then, you know, I didn't get it, and somebody else that was watching my YouTube channel snatched it out from under me, and I was pissed off, and I was like, well, that's what I get. But you know what? I don't care. I'm good. If you guys want to grab whatever I showed you, grab it. It's all yours, man. I mean, I obviously don't need another vehicle. Elite, when I talked to my brother from another mother, he was like, bro, I think you should just stop. You got some quality vehicles. You got enough of them. I mean, you got your classics. You got your truggies. I said, man, I'm not done, Elite. I want to get another buggy, and I want to get another truggies. Oh, man, you don't need to get anything. You need to get a fifth scale. I'm like, come on, bro. Leave me alone. I swear, man, every time I talk to Elite, he says, man, you got enough. You're good on Nitro, man. You got it. You need to get some fifth scale shit. You need, Elite's like, you need the fifth scale. And then we started talking about Fisco, and I'm like, no. He saw, no, you ain't getting that motor. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, no, that's not what you're getting. Okay, trust me. I know what I'm talking about. And I trust Elite when it comes to Fisco decisions, because he's my Fisco brat brother, and him and Mr. Za. You know, those guys are going to coach me when I get into Fisco later, and they're going to, you know, make sure that the Muggy doesn't, you know, just start getting all over the place. I told Elite, I said, do they got Italian fifth scale motors? Like, I want a 40cc Italian motor. He's like, well, there's only a couple. I'm like, what? You mean they don't got Italian fifth scale motors? Oh, and I'm not going into fifth scale. Fuck it then. I'm out. Count me out. Elites all know they do. They're just expensive. And I said, well, I guess then I'm have to wait till I can afford them, because I am not running no Chinaman shit on fifth scale. Hell no. I'll have to get one of those ones, the whatever German or whatever, that Irish one or whatever that Mr. Za got that was from Europe, that he had shipped over, and he had it for I don't know how many months, or almost a year or how many years, and then he finally unboxed it. I forgot what the name of that motor is. So that's not that, but that's not a Chinaman motor, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not. If I'm gonna get into fifth scale, yeah, I'm gonna deal with, you know, the Asian platform, but I want the Italian motors, man, or the hell with it. You know the Muggy, he's just, I mean, it's all about the Italians, man. The Italians make the quality shit. I wish they made platforms. Like I said, Europeans, X-Ray and S-Works, the only one I know. I don't know any Italian manufacturers of any platform. That's just not their thing. I think they do road cars. That's more popular in Europe than it is here, than Nitro is, than dirt. Look at that, man. That's the Italian freaking arsenal right there. You got the Pico there with the 41032. You got the Novarossi 9886 with the 41032, because these are for modded. Okay, obviously this is the mod setup for the Pico. Pico, get it? This is the mod setup for the Novarossi 28.8. Get it? Italian. Novarossi. You guys get my theme there? This here, this one is the Reds. Italian also. The other Italian one that I own all the Italian manufacturers of pipes, I think, is the Works. This is the Works right here. Works, I think this is the, what is it, 2158, something like that. Only Italian, man, and now I'm going to try that pipe over there. I don't know if it's going to do much because this is mod. I'm going to try it, but we're going to, let's check out what we got going on over here. We're going to show you, the Muggy's going to show you what the difference is, okay, between the Chinaman rice burner and the Italian Stallion, the Pisano. Okay, so it's Pisano versus Chinaman. Okay, there's a lot of difference. Trust me, it ain't even close. And I'm not telling you, can just look at it. You don't even need to fire up a Chinaman and an Italian to tell who's who and what's what. Okay. So anyway, let me put some light on the subject here. All right, so we have the OS Max. All right, this motor here I got on eBay with the Works pipe that I just showed you, and I got a serpent clutch bell and pinion, 4-shoe. You know, for $150, man. This is the same price range as this Reds. Now, the other Reds that I have, my Team Edition over there, or where's it at? Over there. I'm pointing the wrong way. Over here, this one here, you know, this is the different one. This is the next level up. It's not the top of line Reds, this is a mid. So there's a low, mid, and a high in Reds. But unfortunately, they're all pea shooters. You know, I wish they were different levels as far as size. That would be better. But anyway, when you look inside these motors, you know, I mean, you could just, there's a lot of things that I look at. You know, I mean, the most important thing is, you know, because sometimes the appearance on the outside isn't that much, and then the inside it's even. But the Reds is just all around. I mean, when you see it, I'm going to show you the inside of the Reds. Those of you, most of you have seen, I've done videos in the past of my Team Edition one when I open it up. This one I want to check anyway because it's been sitting for a while. One thing I noticed, because I already have looked inside the Reds, one thing I noticed was that, take my dang watch off. That I did notice was that I asked the guy, when I talked to the guy when I bought this Reds that I just got, and I said, what kind of fuel did you run through it? And he told me he was been running VP fuel. He also said he could never get it really, he got it tuned, but he could never really get it dialed in completely. He said the tune was really consistent. I said, you know, I had that problem. And I'll tell you, when I ran VP fuel through my other Italian motors, including my Reds, just didn't like it. And he made the comment when I emailed him. He's like, laugh out loud. He goes, fuel is fuel. I said, no, not even close. If it doesn't have 50% Castrol and it doesn't have 50% synthetic, stay away from it. Okay. I think I told you guys that. You guys should know by now. Now, when you're pulling out your sleeve, make sure your piston is up. Keep it up all the way. Now, some back plates, like this is the one from the Reds, you don't need to because it's not going to catch on nothing. But some of them, you'll look at them and they'll have a little notch in here. And if you have your piston down and you go to pull this off, you're gonna break your fucking, excuse my language, your piston, and then you're done. And it's a wrap. So just be careful. You know, these are delicate pieces of machinery here. Even, you know, the rice burners are. So anyway, so this is the OS. So let me take all this out, and then we'll compare OS, OS, OS. This is the OS. And what I use to try to get a lot of times, if it's well lubricated, okay, you store it right, this sleeve should just slide right out, okay? So this is the OS. It slid out pretty well, actually, when I pulled the head off, because I keep it lubricated. It smells like 3-in-1 to me, baby. Let me see. Can you guys smell that? Yeah, it's 3-in-1, baby. So that's what you want to put in your shit. I mean, there's other stuff, but, you know, 3-in-1 is affordable. I mean, you know what I even noticed, too? The ports on this OS aren't really that good, either. That's a trip. It's like, you know, these people, you start looking, you know, and I really didn't pay attention in the past. Till it was brought to my attention. But if you guys pay attention, you'll look. And some of the port work that these Asians do are shit. I mean, I never really noticed that. This has the same port problem that, wow, huh. Can you guys see that shit? I never noticed that, and I've taken this motor apart before. I really never looked closely at it. Here, let me try to get you guys focused. Focus, focus, focus. See that? See that right there? See the port? See how it's sharp? I don't know, this camera just is pissing me out. Right there, see that? See the port where it's sharp like that? You can see a lip sticking up where the brass turns like a metal color. See that line? That's fucking shitty porting. That is like a jag. If I run my finger through there, it's sharp. What happens is your ports are like that, and that's the problem that the LRP has. Probably because OS is making them too. You know, and this is an OS, you know, motor, obviously. Look at that. See that gray area right there? Those are jagged. That should be polished all the way down to the copper. I mean, to the brass, I'm sorry. Shitty porting, man. These fucking Asians, I swear. That's what I'm telling you, man. This is OS. Okay? No, it's not the Speedline, it's not the Testament, it's not the Drake. It's still an OS, though. That's bullshit porting. Now let's compare that to a freaking a Reds. Let me see if the Reds Italian Stallion here has that bullshit. This is the Reds. See? Nothing. No jagged lip on that. See how that is? That's how you fucking machine. I know, because I do this shit for a living. Okay? See how smooth they are? Look at that. The ports are smooth. They're nice and smooth. It's quality, man. It's Italian, people. I mean, look at that. And what'll happen is that little jagged edge right there. Well, we're almost an hour, people. Well, I guess so much for that short video. The muggy can't do a short 30, 45-minute video to save his life. Oh, well, it is what it is. Why stop now, you guys? If I do a short video, I'll have people complaining. Hey, what happened, man? We didn't, you know. Fucking camera is pissing me off. See that? This is the OS. When those little lips like that, because they're thin and jagged, they break off or they chip off into your motor, you're fucked. Your motor is done like dinner. So that's the OS. I mean, and look at the button head. Look at the button head on the Reds. Oh, that's a button head right there, people. Look at that. Light aluminum. frick. Here's the button head for the OS. Wimp. Yeah, you know. Look at that shit's brand new, man. These motors are... Here, look at the... where's the... You guys seen the button head? This is the reds that I just got. Look at that. The fire chamber? The firing chamber there? Look at that shit. Brand new, man. This motor is not even... This motor's not even broken in yet. I mean, it's broken in. I don't gotta, you know, break it in. But you know what I'm saying? Here is the back plate. OS, you know. Old, plain old Chinaman. Here you got the Italian back plate. Oh, snaps. Look at that. Bam. Bam, bam. Look at that. It's Italian engineering, people. Here's your China OS engineering. You know, this ain't a bad motor. You know, I mean, look at the crank. Look at the crank on that. Is that a plain Jane crank or what? That's like stamp crank. No the engineering to it. What? And anyway, I mean, see, look inside. There's no rust or buildup or anything. It's pretty clean in there, right? That's Byron's fuel I ran through that OS. This is VP fuel that has been run through here. Look. See the rust in there? I'm going to have to take this motor completely apart and polish it up. I got rust in there. Look at that. But still, through the rust, you can see the quality. Look at the quality. Look at that crank, man. It's got reds etched on it. It's machined. Look at the crank in there. It's got reds. Even you can see through the rust. It's got reds on it. It's pretty smooth. Bearings feel good. I mean, this motor is brand new, man. I like. Look at that. There's nothing on the top. There's not even no carbon buildup. Barely. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I mean, let's take the carburetor off. Okay. Got the carburetor here. Look inside the crank. Like you can see more. See that? See that, people? See that shit? Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Corrosion, rust. That's what VP fuel does. Now I know Ty Tessman, he uses it, blah blah blah, you know, but that's racing, man. Those guys are pulling their motors apart every race. If you're gonna use VP fuel, man, just keep in mind you better lubricate the hell out of your shit. Get all that fuel out of there, because otherwise you're gonna get rust. So I don't use VP fuel. You know, one of the reasons I don't use VP fuel too. I didn't like the buildup. It doesn't have a lot of lubrication in it. I mean, it's okay when you're running that 9%, that low lubrication. That's what you're gonna get. This is the Reds carburetor. I put my little Muggy's custom rubber band on that. So you know, there you go. Fresh looking carb. These Reds carburetors tune really well. I don't know about this one. This is a trip. Look at it. The high ends sideways. That's crazy, huh? Well, we'll see how it works. I know the one that I have on here, you know, standard regular one doesn't have those sideways. It has, you know, regular, the older one. This thing I had no problems with. That carburetor tunes like purrs like a kitty, like a kitty. I mean, and look at the head. You know, head's looking pretty fresh. Reds, you know, I mean, the OS a little bigger, got more fins. You know, I mean, OS did put some money into their heads. You know, I mean. But again, you look at the block, I mean, look at that. It's just plain. Plain, just, it doesn't even look machined. This shit looks casted. I know metal, people, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. This is what I do for a living, man. I machine and bend and, you know, all kinds of metal. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Look at that. Does that look like it's precision machined? Hell no. Chinaman. Now look at this. Look at the Italian. Even though we got some, look at the Italian. That's engineering. Oh, the crank came out already. I'm gonna pull the piston out. But you know, you guys see this. I mean, look at the crank. Way nicer. Anyway, there it is. We got an hour, so we compared. You know, I mean, look at the back plate on this. This is a diamond cut, they call it, man. But like I said, this is an entry level. This is a $300 whatever Red's motor. It's not the high-end Reds. And this is not the high-end OS. This is just the same class, same price range. If you're going to spend $300 on these motors, I would spend $300 which I wouldn't, brand new on this Italian, way before any OS. I don't give a shit. So I'm not an OS. I've never been an OS guy. This is the $400 range. This is the upper price range. And I got this one I paid maybe $20 more, I think, than that one. You know, but this is a badass right here. This one's modded by none other than, bam, Mr. Rick at RB Mods. Got the Rick tattoo. Bam! This is I don't know. I don't know if I really want to mod that one, because I already have a good modded one. I don't think this one is going to outdo that one. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Okay? So, maybe I might just do the Muggy mod. I might do a Muggy mod on it. Open up the ports on it. Do a little crank work on it. You know, like I said, I'm getting some of that 311, whatever it's called, filler, so you can fill the crank. Ramp your crank out, and that'll help for better airflow and fuel flow through your shit. And maybe I might throw some ceramics. I'm telling you, man, I'm just going to start ordering ceramic bearings, as long as they're the right size and everything. I need to get a bearing puller, but I mean, because I want to do it professionally. I mean, there is other ways to do it. Pull your bearings out, and I can get them out without doing it, but I just rather do it like, do it right. Do it one time right. That's my motto. This is the liquids that I'm using when I'm tearing apart motors. I got the Nova Rossi factory engine oil. Got the 3-in-1. Tri-Flow, man, this shit, Adam Drake recommends this. I use Tri-Flow on a lot of shit, especially bearings. Got the Muggy Juice, which just got a new additive now, which is the RC Renewed Nitro Fuel Lubrication. Gonna put that shit in my Byron. So anyway, that's all I got. You guys get the hint. We got the Italian pipes out here. We got the Italian versus Chinaman, and not even close. Not even in the same book. Okay, so you decide what you want to do. That's the way I roll, and you guys know how the Muggy is. And now you have a little method to my madness and why I'm so stuck on Italians, man. Just look at the quality, and it's not just looking at it. I ran them before, so it's also performs. And I'm not saying that OSs aren't good motors. I just wouldn't pay the money that they want. They're too high priced, and they're not worth it. If I'm going to pay that much money for a pea shooter, I'm going to go Italian, people. I'm not going to go no damn rice burner. You know, they don't impress me. Italians, that's it. I'm just Italian. Like I told one of my brothers, Italian or nothing. Like, if I couldn't get any Italian motors, I would probably just quit. I wouldn't race shit anymore. I mean, I wouldn't run shit anymore. Fuck them. I'll, maybe I'd go buy a drone or something. I don't know. Maybe I'd go fly kites. So anyway, this is a good deal. Okay, this is a clean Kyosho, man. He's got all the King Heads upgrades, man. Look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the reds. Black diamond. I mean, the ones that I have are nothing. These ones here, I mean, that's the same backplate as my Team Edition has. So that's about the same. It's about the same caliber. .21, just a different color head. As a matter of fact, it is a Team Edition. So I think that's just the newer ones. The newer ones aren't black heads anymore. They're red. They're like $300-something motors. I'm just not going to pay that for a .21. Now, if I can find .21s like the ones I've been getting for $150 or less, I'll get them all day long. And I'll just mod them all. Maybe I'll find an LRP. Maybe I'll find a Pico .21 for $150 or less. I will buy a .21 for that all day long. And then just mod the damn thing. Because the stock one ain't going to do shit for me. I mean, that one there will just be for shits and giggles. I want to put a Muggy mod on it and see what happens. And if I just still think it just doesn't have anything for me, then I'll send it to Rick. Let him mod the hell out of that thing. Because then I know that shit will be brapping. So anyway, that's all I got, people. You got a few tips. Be patient. It's not an impossible mission to find a truggy. I just wouldn't pay that. I don't even get into the bids unless... it's something that I really, really want. Yeah, Kyosho truggies are alright. I'd rather get a Kyosho buggy, not a truggy. I've got good truggies. Anyway, that's all the Muggy Maniacs got. I got to get back to wrenching. We're going to build some more tires. I got another set of Badlands coming. Not only truggy, But for my buggy, I'm gonna get. I got another set of Badlands coming for the buggy, and some DE racing rims for the buggy. And you know, we got more pipes coming, more motors coming. Muggy Maniac's got some. I'm telling you, we're going next level, people. We aren't playing around. All right, we're going more Italian shit. I don't have enough Italian shit. I need more. I got tools coming, more MIPs, you know, different shit. So, anyway, we're gonna get this freaking beast over here, the NBX 7T, ripping today. Guaranteed that. So stay tuned. You will see a rip video later on today. Just wanted to update you on some stuff and, you know, actually what's going on for my day. Just got to make sure, you know, before you run your whip, do a 10-point inspection. That's what I do. Check every nut and bolt. Because I don't want any issues when I'm out there other than just getting the thing dialed in. So anyway, that's all I got. Be patient, people. It's not a mission impossible. Again, you know, Italian, OS, Chinaman, whatever floats your boat. To each his own.